It's a cool, breezy night at the Coliseum as we get set for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Jim Leyland's Detroit Tigers in first place in the AL Central. White Sox lost last night. Tigers, of course, won, so the Tigers picked up a 3.5 game lead over the Sox, 6.5 over the Minnesota Twins. So it's the Oakland A's and it's the Detroit Tigers coming up from the Coliseum. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. A 3-2 win last night for the Tigers. And Ray, we've seen the Tigers 8 times now, and they strike me as a team that maybe doesn't do anything super special, but they're pretty good pitching, defense, and hitting, and they put that all together, and that's why they're in first place.
Well, they scored a lot of runs in May against the Athletics, but typical last night, Rayburn with a couple of home runs. This one, a big one in the first inning off of Gio Gonzalez. He would hit 2 in the game, so they added a little pop from Rayburn, but also they're catching. This guy Laird does a great job blocking balls in the dirt. Runner advanced, but he does an excellent job ahead of the pitching staff. Defense, Polanco, that saved the game. The A's had a chance to tie to the 9th inning against Garcia Parra. And how about game winners? They can do that as well. So they're putting all things together to win ball games. And as a result, Jim Leyland and the Tigers are in first place in the Central Division. And I believe they're going to win it.
Indeed, a very balanced team, and they continue their pursuit to get back to the postseason. Now, for the A's, Jack Cuss went through a very, very long slump. Big-time struggles, but we've seen some good swings the last couple of games from Cuss.
Well, I think he's a little bit streaky. And whenever he's streaky, he gets it going, as he did with the home runs. First one since July the 20th. That came earlier in the series. But the thing about Jack Cuss, he hits the ball when he's behind. This time, 0-2 count. He turned on a cut fastball against Jackson last night, drove in a run. So Jack Cuss, when he gets hot, he can carry a ball club. And the A's, I think, would like to see him get hot, hit some home runs, something the A's are not really doing right now.
Indeed, the A's not that big of a home running team, so they need Jack Cuss to start hitting some home runs and start knocking in some runs. Trevor Cahill will look for win number 7 tonight as he takes on the Tigers. A's, Tigers, lineups at first pitch coming up next. More HD than anyone, period. Hey, Ray, guess who's pitching?
It's
Trevor Cahill.
Yeah.
All right.
Coaching at first base.
Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily, 62 degrees. Well, it was nice and warm this afternoon, but it has cooled off significantly in the last couple hours. So, what a nice night for baseball. Tigers lineup brought to you by McDonald's. Here it is: Granderson, Polanco, Guillen, Cabrera, Huff, Thomas, Inge, Avila, and Ramon Santiago. Defensively for the Athletics, Hairston, Davis, and Sweeney in the outfield. Kennedy, Pennington, Ellis, Barton on the infield, and Kurt Suzuki is the catcher. So we're set to go. Trevor Cahill on the mound, and the first pitch of the ball game to Curtis Granderson is a strike on the inside corner.
First pitch.
So we're underway. 6:07. So the early start time tonight, as we usually have on Saturday nights.
75 degrees first pitch last night, and they just announced 59. What was our
62? It's cooled off a little bit.
3 degrees since you last said that.
I told you it's cooling off fast.
Yeah, we were burning up last night. Let's go with golf shirts tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And I'm not here, and it's completely changed. BI's back, by the way.
It's good to have BI back.
Yeah.
Should get a win tonight with BI in the house. 1-2 to Granderson. The changeup stays high. 3-2 win last night for the Tigers. A pretty good ball game, but they needed one more clutch hit. They could not get it.
A lot of opportunities, just couldn't do it.
There's a shot, and that's fair. And Granderson is a triples kind of guy, and he stops at second. Thought he was going to make a try for it because Sweeney had a little bit of trouble picking it up. But anyways, it's a leadoff double for Granderson. That is his 15th double of the year.
Look at the location, elevated. And that's why the ball was hit so hard. And just inside the line, Granderson took the first pitch, and it was a good one. Started inside. Granderson looking at Gene Lamont, third base coach. Lamont. Actually, Granderson usually with his speed, he can see the ball in front of him. Once it got down the corner, had his back a little bit to right fielder.
That's a base hit, right field. Granderson will stop at third. So you could see Polanco was trying to hit it to the right side, and not only did he do that, but he got a base hit. So quickly, the Tigers are in business here in the top of the first inning.
Inside out swing by Polanco. He is very good at making contact and usually hitting to the right side. Gave himself up, but ends up getting a hit. And for a club, the A's have not been scoring a lot of runs, cannot afford to get too far behind early in the game.
So this is Carlos Guillen, the switch hitter. Guillen playing left field. Swings and misses. Injuries have really taken their toll on Carlos Guillen. See on the graphic where he missed 68 games this year. Miguel Cabrera waits in the on-deck circle.
Okay, he'll hoping for a ground ball for a double play, or better yet, a strikeout and then a double play ground ball if he can get it off Cabrera's bat. Strike away from the strikeout. If you're a third place hitter in a lineup, you expect him to make contact and get an opportunity to drive in some runs. Being a switch hitter in front of Cabrera, should be able to get some pretty good pitches to hit.
Taps one. In the hole is Pennington, throws to second to get the out there. Coming in to score is Granderson. So Carlos Guillen gets his 22nd RBI, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
Batting in the fourth position, first baseman.
Trevor Cahill's second start against the Tigers, but he leads the major league rookies in innings pitched, 139 1/3. 6-12, but go back to the Tigers year in which they lost 119. They had a lot of young pitchers, lost a lot of games, but turned out to be very good pitchers. So learning experience for this staff. And Cahill was one of the three pitchers that started in Detroit. Rematch of a game against the Tigers, Galarraga and Cahill. He's lost that game 11-7. A series in which the Tigers scored in double figures every game.
That was back on the 17th of May. Cahill's last start Sunday against the White Sox. He pitched very well. Got a no decision. The A's won the game 3-2. In fact, he didn't give up much of anything for the first 5 innings. No runs and just a couple of hits to the White Sox. The problem was John Danks, the starter for the White Sox, was very good as well. Cahill ended up giving up a couple of runs in the 6th inning. Again in the hole, Pennington spins around, throws to second for one. Ellis back to first, not quite in time. But a nice play by Cliff Pennington.
Two very good plays by Pennington going to the hole. This time he did the 360. Mark Ellis decided to give it a try and still almost turned a double play. Pennington, a very good play and a very quick throw to Mark Ellis. And you see these two guys working a lot before and during batting practice, working on turning the double play. It feeds from Pennington to Ellis and vice versa.
See Pennington yet to make an error at shortstop, and he's been the A's everyday shortstop for about 3 weeks now. Aubrey Huff rolls one foul. Huff, the overall numbers, 13 home runs and 73 runs batted in. So just 9 at bats so far with Detroit. But a pretty good pickup for a Tiger team that has their sights set on the postseason. Have a 3.5 game lead in their division. Good veteran left-handed hitter.
And they got him before September 1st, which means he is eligible for postseason. Any player acquired from another organization prior to the 31st of August at least are eligible for postseason. That was fun for many years when the A's were concerned about that.
Yeah. It'll happen again.
Absolutely.
Be patient. On the ground toward Mark Ellis. He grabs it, throws to first, side retired. A run for the Tigers in the top of the first. A's come to bat bottom of the first against Armando Galarraga. McDonald's. Kennedy will be at the top, and then it's Davis, Suzuki, Hairston, Sweeney, Ellis, Cust, Barton and Pennington. So Adam Kennedy steps in. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Armando Galarraga.
Adam Kennedy was hitting second on the 17th of May and homered against Galarraga in the first inning. And Orlando Cabrera was with the club leading off.
Kennedy 0 for 4 last night with a walk. Struggling a little bit as of late. 6 hits in his last 34 at bats. And remember, part of those 6 hits was a 5-hit game.
That's right, a week from today.
So he kind of lumped them all into one game.
Well, this was Kennedy in Detroit on May the 17th, a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Like the A's were going to do quite well in that game when they jumped off to a 5-0 lead in the first inning, but lost 11-7.
Popped up shallow center. Granderson trots in and he makes the catch. So 1 out for Rajay Davis. Let's take a look at the defense for the Tigers tonight. Guillen in left, Granderson in center, Cleet Thomas in right, Inge, Santiago, Polanco, Cabrera on the infield. Alex Avila, very interesting story. We'll tell you about that. Avila is the catcher, and it's Armando Galarraga. Rajay Davis, 296 with a couple of home runs and 26 runs batted in.
And that's the slider that Galarraga likes to throw a lot, especially to right-handers. Fastball, cutter, slider, and changeup. But I'm saying sometimes pitchers just don't like to challenge guys, and so they'll throw a lot of sliders or cut fastballs instead of throwing the true fastball.
Inside corner, 2-2. Couple of hits last night for Rajay Davis, including an RBI double.
It's a tall drink of water there.
It's a long shot. Polanco to his left grabs it. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Galarraga's 24th start, 2 of those against the A's, 1 and 6 in his last 7 starts. Been bothered by a little bit of a throat infection, but getting back at full strength. But not bad when you can give up 5 runs. He had been 0-3 when he faced the A's on the 17th of May. Gave up 5 in the first inning and ended up sticking around long enough. At least the Tigers won the game. He did not pick up the win, but didn't get the loss after giving up 5.
Kurt Suzuki hitting .275 with 10 home runs and 55 runs batted in. But Galarraga is 27 years old. Last year he was very good. His rookie year, 13-7 with a 3.73 ERA in 28 starts. Tigers expecting big things from him. He's had a little bit of a down year, but they think he's going to continue to be a big part of their rotation into the future. Bounced up the middle, and that's a base hit for Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki's aboard with 2 outs for Scott Hairston.
That's something Kurt would have liked to have done on Wednesday when he hit into the 1-2-3 double play. Similar pitch, only this time he reached out and hit it hard. The one on Wednesday back to the pitcher for a 1-2-3 double play in the inning in which the A's had a chance to do something. But Suzuki might have swung at ball 3, but still gets a base hit on it.
First pitch to Scott Hairston is low. Hairston 265. 5 homers and 21 runs batted in. Foul ball. Cabrera on the move, but he's not going to be able to get there. Drops into the first row. So 1-1 the count to Hairston. 0 for 4 last night with a strikeout. He's had 8 hits to go along with their 2 runs last night. A couple of doubles. They did not hit any home runs in the game. 1-2. A's did not steal any bases last night. They did have a couple sacrifice bunts. Used to be a surprise when the A's stole bases. Now it's a surprise when they don't steal any bases. No swing, says the first base umpire Jim Wolf.
Just watch the head of the bat. Strike 3.
I think it was.
Yeah, top head of the bat went a little bit too far.
Another check swing by Hairston, and he lays off. So a full count. Hairston works it full, so Suzuki will be on the move.
I see a manager get mad as have Hairston hit a home run after perhaps what should have been strike 3.
A couple guys get mad.
Probably get a slider.
Suzuki goes, and the pitch is fouled by Hairston. The A's are 53-68 coming into tonight's action. 28-33 at home. 2 more games left on this homestand. Another pop-up foul territory. Cabrera again over. 5 rows back behind the Tigers dugout. Gentleman with the glove reached up and made the catch. And a nice play. So we'll do it again. Suzuki taking off. And another foul ball. This one headed down toward the A's bullpen.
Fastball from Galarraga, top set about 92, so it's not the Edwin Jackson we saw last night. Not his fastball, which is very surprising. The A's swung through so many of the 4-seam fastballs thrown by Jackson, which tells you his velocity and how strong of a pitcher he is.
Toward Granderson. Slides over to his right, makes the catch, side retired. Second inning coming up. It's the Tigers 1 and the A's nothing.
Chance to meet that young man. Robert will be at the Holiday Inn Oakland Airport, 77 Hagenberg, with special guests Gio Gonzalez and Kurt Suzuki. Enjoy great food and beverage specials, and you could win fabulous prizes. That's September the 2nd after the A's and Royals game at the Coliseum. And that'd be fun. Holiday Inn Oakland Airport. And I guess if Gio's going to go, he has to have a catcher to give him signs.
That's right. Something like that.
Now, Gio will talk. Kurt doesn't have to give him signals and what to say. Very good personalities and battery mates. Gio pitched well last night, but lack of run support. He scored 2. He gave up just 3, pitching 5 2/3.
Cleet Thomas leading it off. Thomas, Inge, and Avila. Cleet Thomas had a big hit in the game last night. It was a 2-1 Tigers lead, and he had a 2-out RBI single against Gio Gonzalez. That made it 3-1, and then your final score is 3-2. But this time Thomas strikes out.
Gio with 9 punch-outs last night. Getting ready. His dad Max in the house to watch him. Had the curveball working right from the beginning of the game. And between the walks and the strikeouts, pitch count got up a little bit, maybe too high, but still pitched exceptionally well. Temperature was good. He might not have pitched as well tonight because the temperature is well under what his average success with the temperature in the upper extremities. Brett Anderson sitting next to him, and compliments from Jim Leland, the manager of the Tigers, about Brett Anderson. He watched Anderson pitch against the Yankees, very impressed with him, and watched firsthand watching Gio last night. And what we're hearing more and more, the comments from opposing managers and opposing teams who are seeing this young staff and how impressed they are with the way they've been pitching, which bodes well for the future of this A's organization with the young staff. That man's seen a few pitchers. Jim Leland, the manager of the Tigers.
.139 in the 3rd innings now for Trevor Cahill. Most innings by a rookie pitcher in baseball. And that brings up the interesting point is Cahill back-to-back strikeouts. He gets Inge swing. Is the innings total. Looked up the minor league innings for Trevor Cahill.
There's a good two-seamer down and in. That's one he'll throw to lefties as well as to the righties.
But Ray, in 2007, Cahill threw 105 innings in the minor leagues. In 2008, he threw 124.
Yeah.
But there was also some. They pitched for Team USA, did they not? So there's some more innings involved there.
But not a lot for him. And unfortunately, he only pitched about 12 innings in August because of that. And then the minor league season over, did not play in September.
But the point is, so you start looking, we've talked about it. At this point in their career, you'd probably like to see maybe a 20% increase, something like that.
He's there.
Which would bring him to, you start talking about 150 innings. So.
Yeah, he's approaching it quickly. But again, I think a great approach by Cahill and the other youngsters, and that is, don't think about it. Just go out and pitch. And people say you're going to get tired and you're not going to be able to handle the extra innings, the load, but they're going to be just fine.
Strike 3 called. Handled it fine there. Strikes out the side as he gets Alex Avila. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. 1-0 Tigers. Tigers with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second inning here at the Coliseum. Trevor Cahill strikes out the side in the top of the second. So to be Sweeney, Ellis, and Cust.
What just arrived in the booth?
Cookies. Cookies have just arrived. Looks like some nice sugar cookies with green and gold frosting. Base hit by Ryan Sweeney.
The time now for Carl Jr. in your face. How about top of the inning? Trevor Cahill. The number of strikeouts, and how about all three in the inning? There's a swing and a miss on a changeup to Brandon Inge. Fastball down and in, and to Vila, called third strike outside corner. So changeup and 2 fastballs for Trevor Cahill, working both sides of the plate. So 3 ground balls in the first, 3 punch outs in the second. That's a pretty good start.
First pitch to Mark Ellis is low.
Those cookies go with dibs.
That's a nice thought. Nice thought about that. Connie, the cookie lady, as always, coming through.
It's not even Friday either.
It says to Ray Fosse and Glenn Kuiper and friends. Connie, the cookie lady.
Must be B.I. and Marty Grady.
Marty's under the friendship umbrella. You can have a cookie. Now 3-0 to Mark Ellis. So the A's trying to get that offense going. They have scored just 13 runs in their last 6 games. Runs have been a little bit hard to come by. And a good start to the second inning. A single by Sweeney on a walk to Ellis. Anyway, both the starts that Galarraga has made against the A's this year, and you talked about those 2 starts, but walks have been what have gotten him in trouble.
But to start here against Gio Gonzalez, that he won 5-3, walked 6 and not 1 scored.
Yeah, he worked his way out of some jams.
And that's not something that you're, well, as a pitcher, you love it if you can get away with it.
So here's Cust, who is starting to heat up, and that's the good news. Jack Cust has 5 hits in his last 6 at-bats.
But Jack really showing the bat speed, especially against Edwin Jackson last night. Here's one guy who was able to hit Jackson, where the rest of the ball club not so well.
1-1 the count. Against Galarraga, 4 for 7 with a home run. A lot of pitches in the ball game already for Armando Galarraga. 32, and it's the second inning, and he has not recorded an out yet.
Jim Leland was very quick with his hook on the 17th in 2/3 of an inning. 41 pitches the first inning of the game in Detroit. I mentioned his club came back and scored last year at Comerica Park, and I like that shot to the opposite field by Jack Cust. Well, you know he's staying on the ball when he's hitting them out to left field. His last one came to left center.
It's low and another walk. So they are loaded with nobody out for Derek Barton. It looks like he's missing with his fastball too, and that's not a good sign for a pitcher.
Well, his two-seamer, and you're right, and for a pitcher who likes to throw the slider, he's facing 2 or 3 lefties in this inning. did not use the slider. Mark Ellis could not throw it over.
Look who's back. 5'10" is here. We were concerned about him last night. We haven't seen him in a while. He's back.
Somebody probably got the word to him.
Yeah.
He'll be on the field when the folks vacate the center field area for the fireworks, so he'll be running around, pretending to be a baseball or football player.
A golden opportunity for the A's. Sweeney at third, Ellis at second, Cust at first. Nobody out for Barton. A little slider drops in for a strike. Field, Thomas back, settles underneath it. He's got it. Sweeney will tag. He'll come in to score. Ellis will tag and go to third. Sacrifice fly for Derek Barton, and we're tied at 1. So he's very productive out for Barton.
Almost got it out completely. As last night it might have, because a little bit warmer game first pitch last night. And Barton, a good swing, and maybe got under it just a little bit too much, but got the job done, especially moving Mark Ellis to third base. Now in the Tigers' first inning, they had first and third, nobody out, leading off the game, scored only 1 run. A's with bases loaded here, nobody out. They've scored 1, need to score more. Don't need to get their average of 2 in the first 2 innings. No.
First pitch to Pennington is outside. Pennington was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts last night. He did have a sacrifice bunt. 262 overall. Pennington in a bit of a struggle as of late, 2 for 19. In fact, the winning pitcher last night, Edwin Jackson.
He got his not outs from the bullpen. Pitched very well to pick up his 10th win.
Jackson with that win last night, now 10-5 with a 2.86 ERA. The Tigers feel like, hey, if we can make the postseason. And you always, when you look at the playoff contenders, you always kind of look at their top 2 pitchers when you think about a series. Pennington, that's a base hit to left center field. The A's will take the lead. So Cliff Pennington goes the other way for an RBI single, 2-1. RBI number 7 for Pennington.
Colorado went back to the fastball, outside target, and excellent hitting by Pennington. And that's what you want to see from a young player. Take the outside fastball, shoot it to left center. Instead of trying to pull it, he stayed back, protected with 2 strikes. So the work that Jim Scalen doing with young Cliff Pennington paying off, especially the 2-strike approach. We talked about Rajay Davis. So that hard work paying off.
Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. A single, a walk, a sacrifice fly, and a single. Zach Minor starts to loosen up. Tigers will keep a close eye on the scoreboard. The White Sox are leading the Orioles 4-1 in the 8th inning in Chicago. Detroit with a 3.5 game lead over Chicago in the AL Central. Let you know when that one goes final. So 1-2. Kennedy has been very good. RBI spots this year. He's got a chance here.
You notice that what was wrong with that picture? Dallas Braden right in the middle of all the position players. Usually all the pitchers congregate, and I think we saw 3 of the starters with Landon Powell in the middle.
Right center. It's going to be Clete Thomas who makes the catch. Fires it back in.
I don't think you want to run. You're not going to run on him.
Nope. We now know officially that Clete Thomas has pretty good arm. So 2 outs here in the second inning for Rajai Davis.
I think what the A's tonight would be looking for more Cliff Pennington type hits, line drive instead of the Barton and Kennedy fly balls. I don't think the ball is going to carry.
It's a cool night.
Yeah, 59-degree temperature. I think just the opposite from last night.
There's that slider that catches the outside corner. Davis not convinced on the call by Gary Cedarstrom. Rajai Davis hit a line drive to Polanco in the first inning. And it's 0-2. There's Gary Cedarstrom. He is the crew chief.
You have the hockey style mask with the Patrick Waugh extension. Plexiglass down to protect even more of the throat. I think Waugh started that, right?
I think he did. The shortstop Santiago, quick throw to first, not in time, bases loaded.
But Galarraga was barking as he approached first base. He thought the call was going in his favor. Rajai Davis with his speed. Watch as he hits this cutter outside. And again, when a hitter hits the way that Rajai just did, he's running out of the batter's box. And Rajai hit the bag, and the safe call. And it looked like the correct call.
Yep,
absolutely. Hit the front of the bag. So the hustle by Rajai Davis. But you know, when you swing and then momentum's going, instead of a huge swing the power hitters have, you get out of the box slowly. But you're running out of the box and you have speed, you're going to beat out a lot of those.
A's need a big hit here from Kurt Suzuki. He was not even concerned.
That was just the casual. Yes, I know.
Suzuki had a base hit up the middle in the first inning. Hitter. See, that's Rajai Davis calling himself safe, right?
Yeah, it's the guard. That's
the
great.
security guard.
That's a great shot, Tommy. Rajai knew.
Cust, Pennington, Davis are the runners. Bounce towards short. Santiago will go the short way. Side retired. A's with a couple of runs, so they take a 2-1 lead after 2. After every game. He's now with a 2-1 lead here in the third inning. Trevor Cahill will face Ramon Santiago, Curtis Granderson, and Placido Polanco.
Talked to some folks last night and said, you know, I heard you and Kyle talking about the high definition, how great it would be to get it. I said, we got it.
And
so they love it.
We know they're happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Could not wait to get it because they could see just how great these games look in high definition. More HD Sports right on the Comcast. See a pretty good pitching performance by Trevor Cahill tonight. 4 ground ball outs, 3 strikeouts, and he has a 2-1 lead. Probably just as important getting out in the first inning, allowing just 1 run after having a first and third and nobody out. Got 3 ground ball outs and got out of the inning.
Granderson led off the game with a double. Bounces this one right back to Cahill. Picks it up, throws to first, 2 outs.
Barton's smiling because of the sinker he got from Trevor Cahill. Because Cahill, if you remember, usually runs over and flips the ball underhand. This time he grabbed it, and with Granderson's speed, better throw it and not run it over there. But then fired a bullet. That's a smile from Barton. Yeah, first baseman has to know the tendencies of every infielder.
Yeah.
Including a pitcher. He's a fielder also. And first baseman has more of the job than just catching the ball.
2-0 to Polanco, who singled to center field in the first. Drives this one toward Rajay Davis. Rajay's there. Side retired. So Trevor Cahill's on a roll, back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings. 2-1 A's. California is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly. A's come to bat in the bottom of the third with a 2-1 lead. Hairston, Sweeney, and Ellis. Hairston hit a fly ball to center field. This one's popped up. Coming in left field is Carlos Guillen. He does it. Now, Ray, last inning we started talking about the contending teams looking at the top 2 pitchers. And one of the reasons why the Tigers probably feel pretty good, because they have Edwin Jackson, who we saw, and Justin Verlander, who's having a terrific year. So you always feel like, who are your top two guys? Feel pretty good about going into especially a 5-game series, which the division series is in baseball. But then again, you say, well, the Yankees got Sebastian Burnett. It's the Angels. So there's a reason why teams are in contention, and they probably do have two very good pitchers. Jared Washburn picked up. Well, Washburn was having a really good season with the Seattle Mariners, but he has struggled in his starts with the Detroit Tigers.
And he is a free agent. It's just a question whether the Tigers getting him for just a stretch run and postseason, or would they try to sign him? You have to question if they have the finances. They still have a lot of money on the books.
Well, what's hurting the Tigers payroll department is Dontrell Willis and Nate Robertson. Dontrell Willis is making $10 million this year, and he's making $12 million next year. And we know of the struggles for Dontrell Willis, but Nate Robertson, the left-handed pitcher, $7 million this year, $10 million in 2010, and neither of them are pitching at the big league level. Guillen has it. So that makes it difficult. Jeremy Bonderman, another high ticket guy, who's pretty good.
What is that injury? Thoracic outlet?
Yeah.
Is that like Jurassic Park?
Yeah, it's the thoracic outlet. It's been bothering Bonderman for a while.
Do you know what it is?
I have no idea. I should probably just shut my mouth.
We'll have to call Dr. Schwartz or Dr. Pot, get them up here when he put up those injuries. And
that's right. We need Elliot Schwartz to call,
yeah,
or come up to the booth.
Yeah, just come up
and let us know.
Bring a sandwich.
Our good friend, Dr. Schwartz.
He's down behind the runway, right?
He is. Yeah. There he is, right there. He's sitting by the Bat Boys.
Chair next to Ruben.
He is.
No, that's not Dr. Schwartz. Come on, guys. Schwartz is right behind Timmy, the Bat Boy. Nice going.
Base hit right field from Mark Ellis. So Ellis with a walk and a single so far tonight.
Yeah, another guy that is not really on the list, but Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, that's right.
Being paid by the Tigers,
yeah.
some 12, 13, $14 million.
That's right.
And he's with the Mets. But they decided to let him go, parted ways with him.
Jack Cust with a walk in the second inning. Galarraga taking a little off, and Cust fouls up on the left field side. A's now with 5 hits in the game. The Tigers with just 2 so far.
You know what Delaire said thoracic outlet is?
What?
He said it's nerves into the arm and the neck. Is that nerve damage? Nerve damage in the arms and neck. Thoracic outlet. Sounds like a movie.
It does. Why don't they just say damage to the nerves in the neck?
Yeah. Like rotator cuff surgery in 1970s, then he had a sore shoulder. That's right. Now it's a rotator cuff. Think of how many pitchers prior to the true definition of rotator cuff injury coming out, diagnosed with just a sore shoulder, take a couple of days off.
Everybody from 1900 to 1975,
yeah,
1980.
Probably 80s.
And Tommy John was just a left-handed pitcher.
Boy, but that was a miraculous surgery there. That's
Still is.
Oh, still is. Big time. Matter of fact, the A's had about 3 guys recovering from it this year. Joey Divide is with the club. He's sort of throwing program that started this homestand. So he's excited, and we're excited to see him throwing and looking forward to next spring when Joey is back with the club in uniform.
A bluff at first by Mark Ellis, but he does not go.
Joey was excited. He said Billy Wagner was throwing the other night. 11 months removed from Tommy John surgery, throwing 97.
Yep. Two out, so Ellis will take off. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch, and Cuss strikes out. That's the first strikeout in the ball game for Galarraga. 4th inning coming up. A's 2, Tigers 1. There's a young one ready to go. At the ballpark with, I'm guessing, Grandpa. Guillen, Cabrera, and Huff for the Tigers here in the 4th inning. 8 in a row retired by Trevor Cahill. And he's going to get Carlos Guillen. Easy ground ball to second. 1 out.
Well, the last start you mentioned, just the 2 hits.
Number 24.
The first 5 innings. Then he started elevating his pitches. And actually, so far tonight, the only one he's elevated was the first batter, Granderson, with 2 strikes. Left the ball up a little bit, and he doubled down the right field line. Since then, he's been getting the 2-seam fastball down as well as a changeup.
Cabrera reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Now 2-0. The White Sox ended up winning that game 4-1 over the Orioles. White Sox even up that series with Baltimore at a game apiece. A's will have one more trip to Chicago, just a 2-game series in September. Cabrera with the 1-out walk. That's the first walk issued.
Number 19, Aubrey Huff.
And Aubrey Huff will hit. Fastball on the inside corner to Huff. The Tigers and the White Sox will play 6 more times, including the final 3 games of the 2009 season. That's line to right, and that's a hit. Cabrera round second. He will go to third. So Aubrey Huff has a base hit. First and third, and 1 out for Cleet Thomas.
Number 34.
Unfortunately,
Cleet.
Sweeney was playing him correctly to keep the ball from going down the corner, at least keep the double play in order. But they try to go back inside with the same pitch that the first strike was called. Huff got it as it broke towards the plate. Last night he hit a ball very hard to right field. It turned into a double play on a 3-2 pitch. Nice play made by Sweeney to double up the runner.
Pitch, a high strike called to Cleet Thomas. Thomas struck out swinging in the second inning. That was the inning where Trevor Cahill struck out to side. Thomas, 7 home runs and 35 runs batted in overall. Good changeup. Boy, the bottom just dropped out of it.
Well, he struck him out on the changeup his first at bat. Definitely a good one here. Comes at you and then just disappears.
So 2-2 the count.
The question of this at bat, if he gets to the point where he's going to come back to the changeup. That was a fastball missed. Would the hitter be sitting with it? Kind of hard, especially with a good delivery from a pitcher, for the hitter to sit and hit a changeup well.
Poked foul by Thomas. Got to reach for it. Brandon Inge is in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout for Trevor Cahill. 2 outs.
You know, fastball after the changeup that he fouled down the left side.
Number 15.
Came right
Brandon
back
Inge.
after it. So it's 4 strikeout, one of the biggest ones, especially with the runner at third. See kind of the check swing, almost like he was sitting off speed. Saw the fastball, swung late, no contact. It's kind of hard with 2 strikes to look for anything except the baseball.
Hit hard. Pennington has it, flips to second, and Cahill works his way out of the jam. Tigers strand a pair. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 2-1 A's. Gaurav from San Jose says, hey guys, what exactly is small ball?
Is that round ball of dimples that you hit on the golf course?
Golf ball?
That's a small ball. Well, small ball basically is, as opposed to big ball, when you're sitting around waiting for home runs. Small ball is running, showing Rajay Davis. That's the definition of small ball, where you can get a guy on base, you sacrifice him over, you hit and run, steal bases, try to manufacture runs instead of sitting back and waiting for a home run. So it's more of using a lot of different aspects of the game instead of just one, which would be home runs versus everything else.
And the A's have certainly switched their style of play to more of a small ball in the last couple months. And we talk a lot. Strike three called on the inside corner department. Second strikeout for Galarraga.
Martin, look at him as he moves back, but the fastball thinks he's going to hit him, and then it comes back. It's called a strike by Gary Cederstrom. But the team that really stands out in the past, in this decade, the 2002 Angels, they combined small ball in postseason with the long ball, the big ball, but they did not just wait around. And
well, even this year, Ray, the Angels, they always do the small ball thing, steal base. But this year you combine it with
third baseman,
the fact that they hit the ball in the ballpark. That's why they're leading the American League in run scoring. It's pretty simple. They have really a complete offense. That's what the A's have done since the All-Star break. More doubles, more stolen bases, and quite frankly, more runs scored. So the style of play is working for the A's. But I think if you can steal some bases, move guys around, but then have a couple guys in the middle of your lineup that can really do the final blow with a 2-run homer or a 3-run homer, and that's what the Angels have. But it seems to work for the A's. Maybe that is a style that you'll see more of into the future. Pitch well, catch the ball, and manufacture just enough runs.
You know, if you have pitching and defense and you can manufacture a run or two, you don't have to score a lot.
That's right.
And the A's that won championships in the 70s and late 80s had those type of clubs that you look at the lineups and say, wow, they're going to score a lot of runs, but that was not the case. Both clubs, both eras, had great pitching, great starters, great bullpen, and played great defense. And as a result, a lot of games were won by one run, low scoring games.
Well, you can certainly help your offense by making your pitching better. Don't ask your offense to do quite as much. Adam Kennedy hits one high and foul down the left field line and into the seats. Kennedy has a pair of flyouts tonight. A's with both their runs in the second inning. Tigers got their run in the very first inning. Another foul ball by Kennedy. If you come to the ballpark to get a foul ball, Kennedy's a good guy to be ready for, and what you need to do is you need to sit down the third base side, about between the dugout and the bullpen. He will give you some action. Base hit center field for Adam Kennedy.
That's the reason he's a good leadoff hitter. Sees a lot of pitches. 8 pitch at bat. That's starting 0-2. What's this guy going to get?
At the ball.
That's great.
That's hard to do.
That's Ricky. That was a Ricky run, a Ricky retrieval.
Little jam shot to short where Santiago has it, and that will do it for the A's. Fifth inning coming up. It's the A's 2 and the Tigers 1. Purchase at A's home games behind Section 120. 10,000 fans that day will get a pink pashmina courtesy of Olay Skincare, and proceeds will benefit breast cancer research and education. Go to oaklandathletics.com for tickets and more information. Alex Avila swings at the first pitch, and that's a fly ball to left field for the first out. So one out here in the top of the fifth.
Ramon Santiago.
And that'll bring up Ramon Santiago. Cahill worked his way out of a first and third one-out jam in the fourth inning. Santiago, the switch hitter, takes a strike. Santiago had a game against the A's earlier this year where he went 4 for 4. He had a big home run. That was in Detroit. He drives this one to right field, but Ryan Sweeney gets back. He's got it.
But the ball was hit a little bit harder than that. Going to carry better, but again, we're seeing something tonight that we've seen a lot of, and that's the ball not carrying well.
Top of the order, and Curtis Granderson. Granderson takes a strike down around the knees. Granderson with a double and a run scored in the first, and then a bouncer back to Cahill in the third.
There's an article on MLB.com talking about some of the current players and their desire to be broadcasters. And Curtis Granderson, one of them, has done some postseason work on the network.
He's good.
Very good. Jerry Hairston Jr., another one who interested in talking to him when the Yankees were in town. He said he'd like to do it this year, but he thinks he's going to be playing in the postseason and might not be able to do it.
Granderson, same spot. 3-1 pitch, drive to right, but Sweeney is there. So a hard hit ball, but into the glove of Ryan Sweeney. Throughout inning for Trevor Cahill. Still 2-1 A's. Nice crowd tonight. Fireworks after the game. So that youngster will probably hang around. Looks like he's wide-eyed and alert. He's going to make it for the full 9 and the post-game fireworks. Suzuki, Hairston, and Sweeney against Armando Galarraga. Galarraga has allowed 6 hits in the game. He has walked 2 and he has struck out 2.
With Minor loosening in the bullpen in the 2nd inning did not bode well for Galarraga to be pitching in the 5th inning, but here he is.
And it's a 3-0 to Kurt Suzuki. There's a strike. On the ground toward the shortstop, Santiago, and that's the first down. Well, I want to give kudos to the head groundskeeper, Clay Wood, and he's got a helper. That's his son, Tyler.
Left fielder, number 12, Scott.
Help from his main man.
That's great.
Young Tyler, certainly an A's fan. Why not? But Clay deserves a lot of credit. The field has come a long way in the last week.
Just enough time for the A's to leave and
unfortunately, yeah,
get back to the same shape it was a week ago. And I tell you, before they start playing football, it is one of the, if not the best, playing surfaces in baseball.
Scott Hairston, a couple of fly ball outs tonight. He's now behind in the count 0-2. A couple of extra inning games going on in the American League. Seattle and Cleveland are tied 3-3 in the 11th. Texas and Tampa Bay 4-4 in the 10th.
The Yankees scored 20 last night, 1 today. 14-1 the Red Sox over the Yankees.
Beating each other up. Granderson is right there, 2 outs.
Big game in Colorado with the Giants, who won last night. The Giants were ahead 6-1. It's now 10-6 in the 7th. Rockies over the Giants.
Right fielder.
That's
Went back
Coors
to
Field.
old Coors Field, where a lead was never saved.
The ball's out of the humidor. Huh?
Well, the Red Sox had 15 hits in that game. A.J. Burnett gave up 9 earned runs in 5 innings, and he took the loss. Youkilis had a couple home runs.
I think it was down 7-0 after 2 or 3.
Yes. Youkilis hit 21 and 22, and he had 6 RBIs.
Has he ever served his suspension yet?
Well, he must be appealing it. I don't recall.
Well, you know
him
what?
serving.
Now that I think about it, I want to say, didn't he start it immediately?
Maybe.
I think it was Porcello who appealed his.
I don't know. I don't remember Youkilis being out of the lineup.
I don't either. That's the thing.
Angels won today 7-3. Irvin Santana got the win. Guerrero and Rivera homered for the Angels. A shot right at Polanco, side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Galarraga. 6th inning coming up. 2-1 A's.
California, check out MLB.tv and log on to the internet to watch every out-of-market game of the season live. For more details, visit OaklandAthletics.com, where baseball is always on.
Polanco, Guillen, Cabrera in the 6th inning.
Watching MLB.tv, you just saw the Tampa Bay Rays defeat the Rangers.
Yeah, Carlos Pena, a base hit in the bottom of the 10th inning to knock home the winning run. Tampa Bay 5, Texas 4. That is a final. That's a big series in that AL wild card race. Line drive center field, the base hit for Polanco. He's 2 for 3.
Did Joe Madden do something to change this?
That his hair?
Yeah.
Hey, dyed his hair black.
No.
Number 9.
That's what I hear.
Carlos.
I just saw a picture of him on the monitor you have in front of you. It looked like it was dark.
It's working. Tampa Bay started to play pretty good baseball. So the wild card now in the American League. Boston with a 2-game lead over Texas, a 3-game lead over the Rays. That's the AL wild card. So that's got a chance to be a pretty good battle. 3 pretty good teams. Polanco takes off. The ball's bounced. Barton, he thought about going to second. Gets the sure out at first, and I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, definitely, because Polanco got a great jump. He took off, and the big jump basically allowed him to get in to second base safely. Started and decided to go back.
That's a great shot, and it tells you that it would have been a close play at second.
Polanco wearing a breather right on his nose.
Yeah, I thought I saw one on him last night as well.
He snore during the game.
Yeah.
To prevent from open up the nostrils so you can breathe better.
Yes. Do those things really work? See a lot of football players.
Yes, they do.
So they must work. One and one the count to Cabrera. So is this a spot, Ray, where if you're Trevor Cahill, be careful. You got first base open.
Yeah.
Aubrey Huff is the on-deck hitter, and he's a pretty good hitter. But Cabrera, I mean, he's the real deal, folks. Just a bit high, 2-1.
I saw Brett Tomko Monday against the Yankees pitch around to Shera, and of course there's an art to pitching around a hitter, and you have to know your pitcher if he can do it. Brett Tomko's been around long enough that he was able to do that. He got the double play.
Sweeney, a long run toward right center. He's not going to get it. It's high off the wall, and it's going to be a long single for Cabrera. It knocks home Polanco, and we're tied at 2. He has great opposite field power, does Cabrera. Probably as good as anybody in baseball.
That was a very unbelievable shot as he went inside out, but yet hit the ball off the wall. And the carry, I thought Sweeney was going to catch it easily. He caught it all right off the wall and kept Cabrera to a base hit. And at least they kept him at first base, where the A's try to turn a double play. But the hit and run put on by the Tigers, putting Polanco at second. It would have been a 3-6-3 double play off the bat of Guillen had not Polanco been running.
Small ball.
That's exactly right. It's a hit and run, and Jim Leyland manufacturing a run. Maybe because he has seen the Trevor Cahill throwing the ground ball tonight. I figured if he gets the ground ball, stay out of a double play.
I mean, it's if you think about it too, that play, sending the runner, and what ended up happening on the ground ball, it's not something that's going to show up in the box score. It's just going to be a, hey, Guillen grounded out, and Polanco went to second. It turns out it's a huge play.
But that man will remember it, Jim Leland, who put the play on, and always felt and strongly believed, as we all know, when you win as a team, and those little things show up in the end when you're hopefully getting sized up for a world championship ring. When you're losing and you're kind of playing for next year's contract, those things are important, but they don't show up in a sense of where it's improving you as far as the contract is concerned.
(3-1) and Huff takes a pitch that drops just a little bit low, and it's a walk. Close pitch.
Yeah, changeup. He didn't offer it though. Started and saw it, laid off. Long stride by Huff, as it was definitely low.
So Cleat Thomas is the hitter. He has struck out twice tonight. Breslow starts to get loose for the A's. Thomas both his strikeouts swinging. He drives that one to right field, but Sweeney's there. And the runners will stay put, so that's the second out.
See the difference of the ball off the bat of Thomas and ball off the bat of Cabrera?
Yep. Cabrera's kind of gets halfway up and then takes off.
He's been doing it for a lot of years. This is maybe a little bit towards the end of the bat, but out on the front foot, drove it, but Cabrera inside out the swing and off the top of the wall, almost went out.
Certain hitters get backspin on a ball, and that's Cabrera's one of those guys. But if you can get backspin on a baseball, it will take off. Don't ask me how you do it, because I don't know. It's a gift. Inge sends Hairston back. Hairston's going to get there near the warning track, and he makes the catch. A run for the Tigers, so they tie up the game 2-2. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Make a start for the Chicago White Sox. Poll results after the game on A's post-game live here at Comcast Sportsnet California. But the fact that the Tigers have two names on that list tells you something. Jackson and Verlander. So we are now tied at 2, bottom of the 6th inning. Ellis, Cust, and Barton. Mark Ellis, a walk and a run scored in the 2nd and a single in the 3rd. Galarraga closing in on 100 pitches. He's at 96. He's stranded 6 runners through the first 5 innings, including the bases loaded in the 2nd. That is the inning they got their runs. Two walks and 2 strikeouts so far. Strike 3 call, the slider on the outside corner. Mark shaking his head.
Well, it definitely goes back to the pitch that he likes, and Mark started, heard Gary Cederstrom, and as far as it could go.
So that is strikeout number 3 for Galarraga. And that'll bring up Cust. Cust a walk and a strikeout tonight. For the season, Jack Cust is 3rd in the American League in strikeouts with 136 and 6th in walks with 72. That one is a fair ball. Cabrera behind the bag at first, steps on first. So 2 outs. 6 in a row retired by Armando Galarraga.
First baseman, number 10, Derek Barton.
So Barton will hit. Barton with a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning, and he struck out looking in the 4th. To right field, playable for Cleat Thomas. He's got it, and that is 7 in a row retired by Galarraga. 7th inning coming up from the Coliseum. 2-2 A's Tigers. giveaway of cash, $25,000 in cash each Friday through Sunday. Visit cashcreek.com for details. Good ball game tonight. 2-2 game in the 7th inning. Trevor Cahill back to work. He's thrown 83 pitches through the first 6 innings. He's given up 5 hits, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts so far. And he faces Alex Avila. Mentioned during the lineups, Alex Avila, a very interesting story. His father is the Detroit Tigers vice president and assistant general manager, Al Avila.
He's also the catcher in Boston when Purcell accidentally hit Euclid, and as he said yesterday, he reached around to get another baseball and didn't realize Euclid was starting the mound. Jim Price is all over him. He said, "You always watch the hitter, just in case
there's a hit by pitch."
And he took off and could not catch Euclid because Euclid was heading right for Purcell.
So Alex Avila,
number 39,
he's 0 for 3 in the ball game.
Santiago.
He is the Tigers catcher of the future.
Well, number 13, of course, worn by Lance Parrish.
Yeah, big strong Lance
Very
Parrish.
strong, yeah. See, he was a bodyguard for. Let's see, Tina Turner.
Oh, he looked like.
Yeah, he was. It's kind of all season work.
Yeah.
So when the guys had to work in the all season, he was big before guys got big.
Yeah. Nice play by that young lady. Isn't it great how people catch foul balls, end up with a foul ball, and they just have it 95% of the time they never lose control of the cocktail. It's great. That lady had the baseball and in the left hand. Didn't spill a drop. That's low, and that's a 1-out walk to Santiago. So be careful here. Santiago has good speed, and now you have the top of the order coming up.
Number 28, Curtis Granderson.
Well, there have been some times this year that Trevor Cahill has pitched 6 2/3 innings and exited. And of course, tonight he's in trouble here in the 7th after giving up a run in the 6th to tie the game. Sure would like to see him be able to get through this inning. It might be his last, but finish on a positive note. We saw in his last start, started elevating his pitches in the 6th inning. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, first batter to Granderson elevated, got a pitch up to Granderson, hit a double, and has kept the ball down since then.
And now 2-0. So Kurt Young's going to trot out again. So the meeting is over. Usually you see the home plate umpire at some point start walking out to the mound, break up the meeting, keep the game going. Gary Cedarstrom said, "No, I'm fine back here." Kurt will leave in due time.
Yep, and figure it's still daylight, and know it's going to be tough to start fireworks until it gets dark. Got to be able to beat the traffic. Dangerous pitch here. 3-0. Granderson has 23.
3-1 now. Granderson 1 for 3 in the ball game. Santiago runs and the pitch is hit. Shallow right center field, and it's going to drop, but Santiago misreads it, and the A's will get it out. So the A's catch a break, and that looked like a base running mistake to me. I did not think that that was that difficult of a read. He may have gotten deked a little bit.
Well, I think he thought the ball was hit high enough with Rajai Davis' speed. He was going to get to it, but Rajai could see at the top of the screen, broke back, and decided not to really go for it, especially Santiago going back to first base. I think he thought Rajai was going to be able to get to it, and the fact that he was running on the pitch, hit and run, or at least with a 3-1 count running, and Rajai fortunately made a perfect throw and a tippy-toe stretch by Pennington. What was that? That wasn't a true stretch, was it? Maybe we ought to look at that again just to see if we could describe exactly what Cliff Pennington was doing.
So there it is. All right.
Not only did we see it, but they froze it. So Granderson's on base with a put out, fielder's choice 8-6.
He's happy about that, I'm sure. Granderson with 20 steals, so keep an eye on that. Polanco rolls one to the left side. Kennedy will take the out at second base. The stretch by Ellis. Side retired. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum. A 2-2 game. Seven innings, and he has 4 strikeouts. He struck out the side in the second inning. Thomas, Inge, and Avila. 2 swinging, 1 looking. Cliff Pennington with an RBI hit in this game. That was in the second inning. That's when the A's scored both of their runs. Miguel Cabrera, an RBI single in the 6th inning off the right field wall. So it is a 2-2 game. Bottom of the 7th inning. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Your world delivered. 2-5-0 for Detroit, 2-6-0 for the A's. So another well-pitched game. We saw it last night with the final score being 3-2. And we are seeing it tonight.
Seven strong innings by Trevor Cahill. Score him a run or 2 and sit and get him a win.
Carlos Guillen has it. So 1 out here in the 7th inning. That's 8 in a row retired by Armando Galarraga. And he has thrown 106 pitches. Ryan Perry, the hard-throwing rookie, is up for the second time in the Tigers bullpen. Outside corner strike to Adam Kennedy. The last hit for the A's was Adam Kennedy's single. It was in the 4th inning. Kennedy has also flied out to center field. Fly ball to right field. So 1-2. Kennedy again hanging in there. That's his specialty. Galarraga has thrown 118 pitches. That's the season high. Not today. Today's at 111, but 118 is his season high, and that was back in June. Base hit left field. Adam Kennedy reached out and pokes it into left. Kennedy is 2 for 4.
That's a perfect pitch for Adam to do exactly that. Off speed, and that. Saw how many pitches Galarraga shook off to get to the changeup, but he gave up a base hit, and that's going to be his exit.
So Armando Galarraga, 6 1/3. He pitched well, but he's going to get either no decision or maybe a loss. Ryan Perry coming in. It's a 2-2 game. The runner at first is his responsibility. That's Adam Kennedy, and it's going to be Ryan Perry who takes over. Perry, just 22 years old, and he is a hard thrower. First-round pick last year for the Tigers.
As high as 97, 98 miles per hour with his fastball. So what they're missing when Joe Zamaya going to bring it back to him, and he throws a slider first pitch.
Perry last year just 13 2/3 innings in the minor leagues. That's it. And this year he's in the big leagues. From the University of Arizona, Ryan Perry. Rajay Davis is 1 for 3. Go ahead, run aboard. Kennedy goes, and he will make it with a head-first slide. Pitch called the strike. And a stolen base for Kennedy, the first steal in the series for the Athletics.
Quite amazing, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and back-to-back sliders. Kennedy with the big jump on a high leg kick, and Avila since trying to throw it, possibly throwing to center field, so he did not make the throw to second.
And that one just, Rajay Davis just got a piece of it. Almost looked like a pass ball.
Exactly.
But he did flip it off the end of his bat. Kurt Suzuki is in the on-deck circle. 1-2 pitch is pulled to foul.
Brett Breslow throwing the A's bullpen, and Trevor Cahill 7 solid innings. Just watching, and sitting next to Gio Gonzalez, saying, "I hope I get more runs than you got last night."
Good slider, and Davis strikes out. And we talk about how hard Perry throws, but that was a pretty good slider.
Well, that's pretty much all he threw to Rajay Davis.
Number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
Choking up is Rajay with a 2-strike approach, and got the slider away, no contact. He's hitting Coach Jim Scanlon down at the end of the bench, getting that good angle again with the hitters.
He likes it down there. He gets to see exactly what his hitters are doing.
As it says also, it's right next to the bat rack. The hitters have to come down to get their bats. So
makes sense, right? Hitting coach sit by the bat rack.
That's right.
Kurt Suzuki is 1 for 3. He had a base hit to center field in the first inning. And there's the fastball, 98 miles an hour, and a little movement in on Suzuki. So it's a quick 0-2.
It looks like he's just out of college.
Got him with a fastball. So on 3 pitches, Suzuki strikes out, and the A's strand Kennedy at second base. And a very good preseason game going on tonight at Candlestick Park between the Raiders and the 49ers. You want to make sure you check out highlights of that. Dave Benz, Matt Morrison at the controls at Sportsnet Central at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Craig Breslow comes in. Breslow takes over top of the 8th inning of a 2-2 game. Breslow facing a pinch hitter. It's going to be Ryan Rayburn. Carlos Guillen is a switch hitter, but Jim Leland goes to Rayburn. Rayburn, a good swing there. He fouls it back. I guess it helps if you hit a couple of home runs in the first game of the series. Most home runs in one season versus Oakland, Harmon Killebrew, 11 home runs. That's a lot. Wow. But Rayburn does his job here as he singles to right field.
Take another look at the list and see the killer at the top. And there's Alex Rodriguez with 9, still playing. Juan Gonzalez, Manny, of course, in the National League. Salmon no longer. Chartable. Teixeira's got a chance. Well, one season. Wow. 2005. Ryan Rayburn with 4 this season.
In only 6 games.
Yeah.
Cabrera, big swing, he pops a foul now. Harmon Killebrew.
Nice gentleman. Very nice gentleman. 573 home runs, just passed by Alex Rodriguez last week.
I don't remember where I walked past Harmon Killebrew. Maybe been to spring training. He was standing around. And I was very surprised at how short and square he was.
Right.
Strong. But he looked like he was maybe 5'9",
yeah,
maybe 5'10" at the most.
But a lot of power.
Wow,
in
he
that
was
small
strong.
frame.
Man.
Height-wise.
Just wasn't real tall, but
I don't know if the guys downstairs have the MLB logo.
Tim, right?
That's his swing.
That's an honor enough right there.
That's
I would
right.
think. Oh, and 2 to Cabrera. Fouls that one.
There it is.
That is Harmon Killebrew.
Yep. That is his swing right there, and that is on the bases as part of the MLB logo. And I just called a fastball, and he's getting ready to hit it at the second deck at the old Met Stadium, where now the Mall of America is in Minneapolis.
It would have left the Mall of America too.
So they went from the old Met out by the airport, which is now the Mall of America, to downtown in the Metrodome, where they won a couple World Series. And next year they will be in downtown. Is it called Target? Target Center? Target.
I think it is Target Field. The
Target Field.
The basketball arena is the Target Center, but they're going to be very close to each other. Another foul ball. So Cabrera, a good battle here with Breslow.
One trip to Minneapolis this year by the Athletics. That will be in the second to last trip of the year. And then next year,
we want to go there in June, July, or August, right? If we can make that request. Cabrera's getting some pitches to hit. I know too. Breslow coming right at him. Cabrera has 199 career home runs. Those are Venezuelan-born home run leaders. The big cat, Andres Galarraga, one shy of 400. Another foul ball. See if this is playable for Ryan Sweeney. It is not, just above the Tigers' goalpost.
Started 0-2, and now he's fouled off 5 with 2 strikes.
Aubrey Huff is in the on-deck circle. Got him swinging. Stayed with that fastball, and Cabrera strikes out.
Well, Craig Breslow just continues to impress and challenge the big guy. We saw him go to right field, inside out swing, but a very good fastball for Craig Breslow at 92 miles per hour.
Your attention,
so
please.
Aubrey Huff was the scheduled hitter, but Maglio Ordonez is going to hit.
Number 30, Maglio Ordonez.
I think he needs about mid-70s plate appearances to exercise next year's option for $18 million.
Wow. It's been a little bit of an ongoing situation with the Tigers. Not that they're trying to do anything one way or the other. $18 million is a lot of money, and Maglio Ordonez does not look like the kind of hitter he was a couple of years ago. 1-0. Had a good swing there, fouled it straight back. I mean, it was just a couple of years ago that Maglio Ordonez had 139 RBIs. Of course, in 2006, that was the year the Tigers went to the World Series. He had 104 RBIs. And I think you look at those numbers and you can see why the Tigers are probably scratching their head a little bit trying to figure out what happened. Two and one. Another foul ball.
See, that's a pitch that he would crush in the past.
Yep.
That's
out over the plate.
Yeah. Just drive the ball to the opposite field, sometimes deep enough to hit home runs.
Rayburn, the runner at first. And that one's drilled toward Rajai Davis in center, but Davis comes in and he's got it. 2 outs for Cleet Thomas.
Number 34, Cleet Thomas.
'2006 walk-off.
Yeah.
Game 4.
Sent him to the World Series.
League Championship Series, American Park.
Now Breslow facing the left-handed hitting Thomas, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to right field. Shows bunt and then pulls the bat back as the pitch is up and in. Runner goes. Throw to second is off Pennington's glove, and Rayburn is safe. Breslow had him. Barton's throw was a bit high. Pennington tried to reach up and then quickly get the tag down.
The high leg kick, and so Rayburn halfway to second base, but a good throw gets him, and I don't know that Derek Barton really could tell how close or how far away from the bag Rayburn was, but Barton has a gun, a very strong arm, makes an accurate throw, Rays are out of the inning.
Fastball right there to Thomas, and he took it.
Best thing Rayburn did was go on first move instead of trying to get back to the bag. You see more and more runners do that, and this time it makes it safer.
1-2 now to Thomas. Thomas now choking up with 2 strikes. And he got him swinging. Fastball up and away. Thomas strikes out for the 3rd time. And the Tigers leave Rayburn stranded at second. Ryan Rayburn, who pinch hit, is now in the game in left field. So Ryan Rayburn in left, and Ryan Perry is back to the mound. Gary Cedarstrom, the enthusiasm that he's showing by walking out there to get this is remarkable. And I don't blame him.
The mask is too heavy.
That's right. So bottom of the 8th, Scott Hairston steps in against Ryan Perry. Perry struck out Davis and Suzuki. He entered the game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hairston 0 for 3. He's hit 3 fly balls tonight, 2 to center, 1 to left. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Scott Hairston still looking for his first hit in this series. Fastball foul. So Hairston, Sweeney, and Ellis here in the bottom of the 8th. There's the slider, and Hairston lays off.
It's like Edwin Jackson last night. Parrott's throwing a good fastball. Suzuki last inning with a runner at second swung through the 2-strike fastball. So 3 pitches and just a little sneaky with the fastball. From the hitter standpoint, holds the slider though.
And Hairston reached for it and pokes it into center field. So good start for the A's in the bottom of the 8th.
And you throw a fastball by somebody and then you flip a slider, speeding up his bat, and Scott Hairston took the previous pitch. The slider just off the plate. This one right back up the middle, and instead of trying to catch it, no chance to catch it. Perry's trying to avoid being hit by the ball.
Andrew Bailey, the closer, just now starting to throw. Sweeney to bunt, and he takes a pitch just off the plate. Ryan Sweeney singled and scored in the second inning. Since then, he has hit a fly ball to left field and a line out to the second baseman, so he's 1 for 3.
And that question is small ball. First attempt, actually, the sacrifice was the small ball. But maybe Bob Graham realized 98-mile-an-hour fastball is not easy to bunt.
Yeah. Hairston has a very good lead at first. It's a popped up foul.
On the homestand, when Scott Hairston was thrown out, it was a situation that Scott Hairston thought he saw hit and run, and a pitch that Sweeney took. Signs usually are not that difficult, but once you see the indicator, maybe you see something that you think is a sign. In that case, Hairston did, and was thrown out easily. But as Ryan Sweeney said, he's got a tight quad. Figured, why is he running?
Well, he has a very big lead at first.
You know that when he's healthy, he can steal some bases.
And there he goes. Sweeney fouls it back.
Got a great jump, and no doubt Ricky Henderson, his math, look at the jump that Hairston gets with a high leg kick by Perry, and Avila had contact not been made, I don't know who would have thrown anyway, but Ricky always said 85% of the stolen bases on the pitcher. This might be 100%.
Yeah. Hairston not going this time. The ball's driven to right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So Hairston and Sweeney back-to-back singles, and the A's are in business here in the bottom of the eighth. Well, Sweeney 2 for 4.
2-strike pitch, and what does he do? Throws him another slider. So 2 hits in this inning, and Jim Leland might be going out and say exactly that. Son, got a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Why are you throwing a slider and letting these guys get hits? I mean, when Ryan Sweeney fouled the ball to left side over the A's dugout, what's he saying?
What is that?
I don't know that I can pull your fastball, but throw me a slider and I'll pull it.
You think Jim Leland would let us put a mic on him for an inning?
I would love to have a mic on him.
Oh, man.
All right. Second baseman, number 14, Mark Ellis.
So Mark Ellis steps in. Most RBIs in the majors in the month of August, but his job here is probably going to be to bunt. And he takes outside. Jack Cust is in the on-deck circle. Look, Injun Cabrera weighing on the grass. Another pitch outside. So 2-0. Perry is getting himself in all kinds of trouble. There's a strike, a low strike call, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch to bunt. I think Mark, though, thought it was too low.
Another strike called on the outside corner this time. So 2-2.
I remember his last at bat, he was called out. Mark Ellis was on a slider, 3-2, that he thought was low or maybe outside.
Bunt again, and he does it, and it's a beautiful bunt. Avila's throw to first in time. Terrific job by Mark Ellis. As you can see, he deadened that ball right out in front of home plate.
You know what he threw him? Slider. And a slider is a pretty good pitch to bunt, and right there, and Mark Ellis, 2 strikes, and folks, it's not that easy. So much pressure on you. And he squared around just to make sure he got the ball on the ground. A 2-strike month, so Mark has driven in a lot of runs this month, but that was an excellent bunt.
So Jack Cuss steps up. Tigers have already pulled the infield in, obviously. Actually, they're going to intentionally walk Cuss. They will face Derek Barton. So the bases will be loaded with 1 out. Remember, the A's have 3 extra players: Garciaparra, Everidge, and Powell. So here comes Derek Barton.
Now first baseman, number 10, Derek Barton.
So Barton 0 for 2, and he has a sacrifice fly. He'll take another one right here.
Tigers hoping for a ground ball with the infield back.
First pitch, a fastball right down the middle for a strike.
It's like these situations where the runner at first base has a chance to get into second base as quickly as possible, since the infield is playing back for double play, and try to disrupt any possibility of infielder turning it.
Popped up. The shortstop, Santiago, and Inge come together. Inge fights it, and he makes the catch. So Barton cannot get the run home. 2 outs.
Well, they stayed with the fastball. No slider here. Derek Barton had hit 2 fly balls, and 2 deep enough for sac flies. This one, though, infield fly rule. So even though Brandon Inge was struggling to get under the ball,
here's Pennington. Pennington got a fastball and fouls it back. Pennington had an RBI hit in the 2nd inning.
Well, now you start hoping for a mistake.
Bounced Cabrera. He's got it. He'll run to the bag in time. Side retired. A's leave the bases loaded for the 2nd time tonight. 2-2 game. Andrew Bailey comes in. It's a 2-2 game, top of the 9th inning. So Bailey will, what he wants out of this one is a win. Not a save, but a win. 2.01 ERA with a 5-3 record for Andrew Bailey. And he faces Brandon Inge, Alex Avila, and Ramon Santiago. 7, 8, 9 for the Tigers. So Andrew Bailey in the game. Last time Bailey pitched was Monday. So he has had plenty of time off. Probably more than he would like at this point. It's always a good sign when your closer's pitching a lot. It means you're winning games. Fastball, 2-2.
Hey, Jim Leyland talking one of remarks about a couple of starters, and no doubt saying the same about this guy. Andrew Bailey just comes in and throws very hard. Doesn't waste any time doing it.
He certainly does not, as he strikes out Brandon Inge. Stayed right with the fastball.
When you know you have a good heater, you use it, you show it, you let it go. Against a pretty good fastball hitter in Brandon Inge, although numbers in the second half post All-Star break have not been as great.
Here's Alex Avila, who takes the strike.
If the ball was carried tonight at Coors Field.
What was your final? 14-11, the Rockies over the Giants. I know both teams were hitting home runs. I don't know what the grand total was in the game. At least 5, I think. Could have been more. 7 home runs hit in that game. So the Rockies get their 2-game lead back in the National League wildcard race over the Giants. Those two teams will meet next weekend in San Francisco.
That says a lot about Jim Tracy, doesn't it?
Boy, unbelievable. Towards short. Pennington takes care of it. 2 outs.
I hear today they're 50 and 25 starting play today with him managing.
And they didn't make any trades.
Oh.
It's the same cast. So 2 outs for Ramon Santiago. Santiago takes the strike. 0 for 2 with a walk for Santiago, the switch hitting shortstop. Bounces that one. Mark Ellis behind the bag, flips to first. Nice play by Mark Ellis. Side retired. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It'll be Kennedy, Davis, and Suzuki. The A's will try to win it. We're tied at 2. Bottom of the ninth inning of a 2-2 game. So the A's are hoping for a walk-off win tonight against the Tigers. Remember, they did it back-to-back games last year here at the Coliseum. New pitcher for Detroit, Zach Miner, comes in.
The numbers for Zach Miner, he is hit phenomenally out of the bullpen, but has made 5 starts for Jim Leland. And Zach Miner was throwing along Fernando Rodney, and of course Miner for Ty, Rodney if the Tigers had taken the lead. So as Michael Wirtz gets loose in the A's bullpen, he's hoping that he is just throwing just to be throwing. A's will try to win it in the ninth.
So Kennedy steps in. Kennedy with a couple of base hits tonight. Singled in the 4th, singled in the 7th. First pitch is a strike. Kennedy, Davis, and Suzuki. Nice crowd tonight. 26,266. 266. Fireworks coming up after the game. I just thought fireworks were, that you enjoyed fireworks more when you're in a good mood.
You mean after a win?
You know what I'm saying? A walk-off win. Even better. You don't want to be irritated. You're watching the fireworks. Even up at 2-2 to Kennedy. 1 o'clock tomorrow for the series finale here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Brett Tomko and Rick Porcello. So make sure you tune in to CSN California for A's pregame live at 12:30 and then the ball game at 1 o'clock. Base hit center field. Kennedy is 3 for 5.
Well, Adam Kennedy really likes those changeups with 2 strikes, doesn't he?
Just gets out there and flips it.
Miner, the changeup. Kennedy stays on it and just hooks it right up the middle. And that is just great hitting by Adam Kennedy. His hits, you know if he gets a hit, it's to center field or left field.
Here's Rajai Davis. Bunts it. Cabrera picks it up and the out at first. Sacrifice for Rajai Davis. So 2 sacrifice bunts last night for the A's. 2 more tonight.
Rajai Davis didn't wait around for 2 strikes. As he works on the bunting just as all the players are starting to work on it now. Even Tommy Everidge.
Now the A's now 29 sacrifices on the season, but 4 in the last 2 games. I think, too, the more close games you play, and the A's been playing close games lately, the need for a sacrifice bunt will come up a little bit more. First pitch to Kurt Suzuki. Slider outside. The A's now with 10 hits in the game. The Tigers with 6. The A's have stranded 10 runners.
Well, the A's had the tying run on base in the 9th inning last night. Could not tie the game, lost by 1.
Suzuki to left field. Rayburn dives and he can't get it. And the A's will win the game. Kennedy slides home. The ball skipped past Avila, the catcher, and the A's win it 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. So indeed, they will walk off with a victory.
Kurt Suzuki got the fastball in on his hands, and excellent base running by Adam Kennedy, as Rayburn almost made the play. And an even better play to get up and almost throw Kennedy out at the plate. It was that great of a play, but fortunately, with Mike Gallego waving the arm, he didn't want to go to extra innings, and neither did anybody else. So Kurt Suzuki comes through after the successful sacrifice bunt by Rajay Davis and Kennedy, as they really tried to make the catch and the tag at the same time, couldn't do it. And the A's do what the Tigers did last night, beat them 3-2.
Exactly. So another tight ball game, but the A's last night were waiting for that big hit. They didn't get it. Well, they get it tonight from Kurt Suzuki, who's standing by downstairs. Kurt, congratulations on the game-winning hit. Did you just say, hey, I'm not going to wait around, I'm going to get my first pitch that I like and take a rip at it?
Yeah, you know what? The past week or so, I've been thinking too much on the up in the box. And
that's not you, though.
I know. And I've been trying to think the game, and you know, when you do that, you fall into trouble. And